Okay, y'all. So this is video 2. It's going to have the cover letter and then some reminders for you. Keep in mind your cover letter is due, I believe it's September 29th. We'll double check that assignment in a minute. But a cover letter is really difficult to write if you're not targeting it towards a specific job. Hence, part of this assignment is we're going to either assign out or you're going to pick a job. I should have all that ready for you by the end of this week. To who you should write your cover letter, okay? That way you can focus in and do that company research and really target in on how you best fit the job from the job posting. So a cover letter format is actually pretty basic, even though I know these are very intimidating to write. It's a really nice format of 3 paragraphs. It's I love you love me, and let's work together. Okay, so in your first paragraph, I love you, that's where you're going to bring in your company research and your departmental research if you have any about a specific department, where you're going to admire the things about that company and what makes them unique and why you think they are special. Okay, you kind of just flatter them and praise them. If somebody has told you to apply for a job, this is the paragraph in which you would reference that person and kind of name drop. Okay. And then the second paragraph is you love me. This is where you're going to get into detail and tie in those accomplishment statements that relate to the job, okay? So if they want someone who is comfortable with cold calling for sales and you've done that, you're going to tie that in here and explicitly say how many cold calls you successfully made per week and how many sales or how much in funding of sales you earned per week. You're going to get really specific, tie in the job posting and your accomplishment statements. And then the third paragraph is just a really nice 2 or 3 sentence paragraph about working together. If you're inviting and almost expecting an interview. I look forward to meeting with you soon so we can discuss how I can best suit your departmental needs in this role. So you're ever so subtly assuming you're going to interview, and then of course you provide your contact information. Okay, so this is a really nice way to kind of tone down a cover letter. A lot of students get so intimidated, and my best advice for writing a cover letter or writing anything is to just start by just word vomit onto a Word document. Just write it all out there. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just put it out there. And then we can go in and streamline it from there with this format, okay? So try not to let it intimidate you, but you can see for sure where company research and knowing your very clear accomplishment statements will help you in writing a cover letter. If you are vague, it's not going to be a great letter. So I actually have 2 examples of how to write a cover letter here. One is from the career guide, and then one is from CALS. And again, the I love you. Why? Over here on the right. Why are you writing? Definitely refer to the position, and then what you learned about the company, okay? Then this is paragraph 2. Sometimes it could be 2 short paragraphs, but this is the you love me, okay? What are your main accomplishments that relate to the job duties? And then you're closing out again in paragraph 3. See how it says sign your name? You always want to print your cover letter, sign it, and then scan it back as a PDF. You always want to submit that cover letter with a signature as a PDF. Over on this side, I really liked how the requirements were set up to show how you're qualified. So this person really explicitly demonstrated how they fit the job duties. Their lab skills, here's all the ways I have those. Fast turnaround time. This person graduated with a major and 2 minors in just 4 years. They were very explicit in describing that. And so this is an option for you, and it's certainly unique, but you're going to have to, again, show the relationship. So I want you to, like always, see multiple options for formatting. In a cover letter, whatever formatting you use at the top of your resume, you want to mirror in your cover letter. So if things get split up, they're very nicely put back together, and it looks like a nice little package. Okay? And then I'm not saying my cover letter is the be all end all. Quite honestly, it's too long, and I would go back and change it. But I thought as an activity in class, we're going to compare some, not all, so you can see some numbers have been deleted, job duties to what I did. So I have my I love you paragraph. They had 304-year students, and they are focusing on recruitment and career development and advising, and I am a dedicated person who thinks I can be a great fit, and I just love that about ARE. okay? And then I have my accomplishment statements here. I put it into 3 paragraphs so you wouldn't have a wall of text. Again, mine's a little too long probably, but you can tie in that I'm going to coordinate and expand academic and career advising. And then I talk about how I've done that. I've been working with students from various backgrounds, and my passion in my work is in advising for career and academic advising. And I talk about how I did that. I was responsible down here for advising incoming students. I advised families, and I processed at one point over 20,000 undergraduate applications annually and answered all of their questions. So that's how I have experience with academic and career advising. And you could go through and look at all of these points and match them up. But you want to be sure in your cover letter that you're at least addressing a few of the key responsibilities that are in the posting in your cover letter. Okay, I'm going to develop and teach one section. So over here I talked about how I taught students as a career coach, and I supported some sections of ALS 303. So I've been in the classroom and have experience. I could strengthen this by talking about how many sections, how many students I served as a career coach. So there's always room for improvement. Just like a resume, a cover letter is a working, living document. Don't think this is the be-all, end-all. And then you'll see down here, if I can get my mouse away and that disappears, the very bottom paragraph, just a quick 2 sentences about, I look forward to talking with you. Basically, like, I know we're going to have an interview and I can't wait to talk with you about that. And then I put my contact information at the bottom under my resume, or under my signature, I'm sorry. So your cover letter assignment is due in Moodle. You've either already told me through registration that you have a job that you're going to use for your cover letter and your mock interview, or you've asked me to assign you one. Anyone has asked me to assign you one, I'll get to it this weekend or by the end of this week. But you are going to have to write a cover letter tailored to that job. So be assured that I'm going to be checking your grammar, your attention to detail with your margins and consistency, your information at the top telling me who you are, and then most critical, and you can see where I put the points, is you're following the format for an appropriate cover letter. So you're being very explicit about how very specific tasks that you've done in your work history relate to the job that you are applying for. Okay, you don't have to have every single thing matched, but you've got to make that connection for the employer. So I will be looking for that. And it is due in Moodle on September 29th by 11:55 p.m. And remember, this cover letter is something I'm going to grade, and then you're going to go back and make revisions for that final product of a website that you're creating later. So it's really, really beneficial to you to do your best work now so you're not slammed at the end of the semester trying to pull all this together at the last minute. Some reminders for you. Your resume is due in Moodle by September 15th, and review the assignment as a whole like I did in the slides in video 1. Our ARE speaker series is September 23rd from 4 to 5. You've got to be there. You've got to go to these events. And then your cover letter is due September 29th. We also have executive in residence next week with Fastenal. You'll get some email reminders and some other exciting events coming up. But we want you to have this resume and cover letter done and polished before that career fair. So that's all I have for y'all this week. Oh, and you know what? I lied. I didn't put in this reminders, but you have a discussion board for week 4. So be sure you check that, and I will email out a reminder as well.